And I'm joined by my family. I'll go to Baylor first because it looks like Mary's handling business. We got Mr. BTG Baylor, the greatest in the building. What's going on?
Yay, yay. Another day, another dollar.
All right. We also got Miss Mary Almonte, the first lady of the breaks. What's going on, Mary? She's still on mute. Come on, Mary.
Yes,
Oh.
hi, I'm here.
Then we got the hip hop historian and the red wine connoisseur, Marquis.
Pleasure.
Salute. We got a show planned for you guys this week. We'll see how crazy it is. We're kind of on the time crunch today because Baylor got business moves to make. So first up, there was unfortunately a mass shooting in Miami that left 2 dead, 25 injured. This is one of the largest mass shootings in the last year and a half, I believe, is what I read. Um, and it's crazy that it's like it's getting warm outside. People will be able to go outside, and we're jumping right off where we were before the fucking pandemic with mass shootings. Baylor, I'll come to you first on this one. What do you think about what's going on and the unfortunate loss of life here?
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like soon as they said, eventually we don't have to wear a mask and more people are getting vaccinated and stuff like that. We seeing people getting banned from NBA arenas and stuff like that. It's like these cats been going crazy, like trying to catch up from where we left off at. It's unfortunate. We've been dealing with um, some mass shootings just this year alone, right? We've had one happened in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. And then we got the summertime coming up. I'm not sure how that is in other cities and states, but we historically try to stay outside of LA or have summer activities outside of the city because the more hot it gets, the more violent it gets. You know what I mean? So yes. And you said this one happened in Orlando?
This was Miami.
In Miami. I remember it wasn't too long ago they had an incident in an Orlando nightclub. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. So I mean, unfortunately, you know, this is it stopped being the norm because of the pandemic. We weren't allowed to go outside, but we get a handful of these every year, and it's becoming too normal. Unfortunately, Marquis, what do you think?
Yeah. Um, I don't know. It's almost crazy to say, but we were safer in the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, I don't know, man. I'm worried about what's happening next. You still have your supporters of the previous regime out there. Yeah, things are opening up, and you can tell people are just getting angry and bitter. And then you have your issues with wear your mask, or you should let your kids wear not wear
Let's
masks, and everybody's looking for
let's
a
let's
fight.
not talk about right wingers right now because this whole Dr. Fauci is hashtag Dr. Fauci lied bullshit is fucking getting on my nerves. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
It seems it's easier to pick fights with the smallest shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
anybody, everybody's pissed off right now, and shit like this just. I mean, and again, so one of the things they talked about on NBA when those, people throwing shit at the basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about the recognition. They talked about being famous. Now if we see who the person is, they're recognized. They're martyrs. Now, wouldn't that want other people? Well, I can do better. Let me start this shit back up and pop off. You know what I mean? I don't know.
and they did, Marquise, after the bottle, not the bottle, after the popcorn was thrown on Westbrook, after Trey Young was spit on or attempted to be spat on,
And
a
then
fan
Joe
ran
Morris.
on,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a fan ran onto the court. Like after all this, and then a bottle was thrown at Kyrie.
Yeah, five events in a matter of, and there's 8 playoff series, and 5 events happened. So 3 of them nothing happened. That was in L.A. and the other Phoenix and everything. But still, like, motherfuckers, man, you really want this much recognition? Like, you really want to be that overnight success or whatever the fuck? But yeah, I feel bad for the people. I know the 14-year-old girl that was hit too. Like, I don't know, man. It just gets worse every day. Something new is coming out, and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
That is a fact, Mary.
Do y'all have Citizen app? Because
Yo,
my shit is jumping all night long. In fact, right before I hopped on here, a man was shot a mile away from my house, and they were canvassing area hospitals looking for more victims and gave out plate numbers of the people who, I guess, ran off after shooting. So, yeah, I agree with what Marquis had alluded to before. Like, you did feel somewhat safer in the pandemic because it was like, all right, people aren't outside like that. But I feel like we are in for like a bloody summer because people are outside again after having been kind of pent up inside for a minute. So, and and I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole with this, but what a lot of people don't realize, and I think the effects of this pandemic are going to be studied for years down the road, right? Because like high school students um, have been lost to the streets, right? Like
mm,
Mm.
my daughter has
mm,
showed me like, posts made by